Hello again, my fine friends, and welcome to what is hopefully the conclusion to Uncharted Waters New Horizons. I am effing controller running around the streets of Amsterdam in a drunken haze, putting my genitals in whatever... Oh, not the dog. That... You can't put that on YouTube. Okay, let's go into the cartography office, because I think we're about to finish the game, hopefully. Survey says... God. This sucks. I'll show you guys in the map. He's just gonna pay me, yeah. Because usually he will, I think he starts the conversation with something other than, oh, I take it you have more things that you've discovered for me while I sit here and count my pubes in my fancy chair. Oh, Mercator, you sick man. So, let's see. We sailed from Sodomy Heaven down there in the Cape of Good Hope. We went west, and you can see that little dot in the southeast is the Falklands. We explored that. That clearly was not enough. So, I'm going to have to explore the Arctic at least, and possibly more for a good measure, just because I want to be done exploring the unremarkable parts of this game. It wouldn't be so bad if there was stuff to actually do there, but really it's just kind of completionist crap. You have to just go there and be there and turn around and leave. That's pretty much it. So we're going to do that. I'm going to off-screen that because I think that's in everybody's best interests. I'm going to run around the docks for a while, picking up ladies. Oh yeah, I love Latinas. Awkward. Okay, let's, we're going to trim down our fleet though, because as I kind of mentioned, some of these are fine ships, but we have too many of them. We just probably need the 2 La Reals, and we'll probably be fine. So, that's what it's going to be. Just 2 La Reals, sailing around, partying down in the extremely boring quarters of the globe. Come to the North Pole! We have frickin' Santa cocktails. I don't really want to know what those would be. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking and explore off screen, and I will probably rejoin you guys possibly in this exact spot. So prepare to be shocked and amazed. It'll be the same spot, but several months later. Doing the time warp. Let's do the time warp again. I'm sorry, that was inexcusable. But here we are, it's July 31st as opposed to, I think it was May 21st, and I have explored a nice little swath of the Northern Ocean there, the Arctic Ocean, I guess is what it would be called. And so now I'm going to talk to Mercator, and I'm going to hope and pray that he says, job well done, Ernst. Please? You son of a bitch! You filthy, filthy son of a bitch! Look at this. Look at the frickin' map. There is nothing else left. There is nothing of note that at least is in the game. God damn you, sir. Oh, boy. You know what, though? Oh, shit. Fuck. You know how I was realizing in the previous video that there were some ports missing? I definitely see at least another port missing. This is ridiculous. I don't know how this is happening, but there are ports in the Mediterranean that I am somehow missing. Actually, most conspicuously, Tripoli isn't there. Tripoli isn't there. I think Jaffa isn't there. That's ridiculous. Okay, well, I have completely made a rear end and a top hat of myself, so I'm gonna go make amends and explore those. Good lord, this is frustrating, but I'm going to explore those again off screen, and once again, we will meet in Amsterdam and smoke a fat spliff. This better be goddamn it. I'm just gonna show you on the map real quick. So you see Turkey, which is east of Greece, which is east of Italy, which is south of where we are. I don't know why I'm explaining that so much. If you don't have any interest in geography, I don't know why you would be watching this game, I guess. But anyways, there's a few ports, 2 of them like in the Holy Land, in the Levant, in Beirut and Jaffa. I got those 2. I got Nicosia in Cyprus, and then I got Ragusa, which is off of the coast of, I think what is now Croatia. Could be, well, I don't know. I can't remember exactly which country's coast it's on. But anyways, those ports, even though they are in Europe, you do have to just go to them. You don't get any credit, like, fame-wise for discovering them, but I think that technically we need to have those in order for Mercator to say, good job, and I don't think he's gonna. I don't think that this is gonna do it. Yeah. Okay. Holy go where you haven't gone. Did they pay royalties for that? They should. Okay, so that pretty much assuredly means that I have to explore ocean squares. I don't think that there are any other ports left. I just have no... I'm looking very thoroughly now at every spot. The only place that is of some concern is the Spice Islands there, right in the middle of the map. So I might do a run down there. I have to go down there anyways to get some of these ocean squares cleared out, but my god. I don't remember this being so difficult before, but whatever. We're gonna go ahead and explore some pointless ocean squares, and hopefully he'll be really happy with us for doing that. So, there you go! And we'll meet here again. Oh, but we didn't have our fat spliff. We gotta have a fat spliff before we go. I'm high. Okay. That was retarded. Alright, I'm gonna go exploring and try not to kill myself. Alright, in spite of what I said, we are not in Amsterdam. I'm starting things up a little bit earlier because we have discovered something of interest. This long, oily turd of an island here. This is New Caledonia, and it's actually a landmass, and I think that that counts towards our Explorometer total. So, if you're ever in Ernst's scenario and you are having a hard time beating it like I am, go there, because that might do it. That might seal the deal for you. But as you can see, we've made some pretty good progress here. I'm probably going to swing around the south of New Zealand, and then swing... Well, I'm going to be swinging anyways, that's how I do. But, no. We're going to go east, cross over to South America, cross back, and just kind of completely cover the Pacific here, and just get it out of the way. Because my god. My god. Alright, we're gonna finish this. Okay, we're back in Amsterdam. And behold, that is about as much as I can get. That is actually, I think, all that anybody can get. And if he's not satisfied with this, I'm just gonna throw my computer out the window. That solves nothing. I shouldn't do that. Okay. Come on, buddy. Help a brother out. Oh, you beautiful mustachioed bastard. I take back everything mean I ever said about you. Well, except for everything. I take back the fact that I am taking back everything mean I said about you. Because you are horrible. You sit on a throne of lies. Oh, yeah. We just get a thank you. And a lot of money. Still, fuck you. I'll take the money and go. Thank you. My god. Well, now if you look at the map, everything is complete, even the land somehow. So by exploring all of the oceanic tiles of the game, we have somehow launched a satellite into space. And we now know the exact, well, we don't really know very much other than there's land there. It's just a blank, empty part of the map. Here be dragons, I guess. So, we should have, yes, we have 50,000 fame, which is the most fame you can have. And so I'm going to go talk to this guy, although I just realized he's not going to want to talk to us because we have to trigger the, hey, did you hear that that fat bastard in the palace wants to talk to you? He's not going to do anything. Yeah, see? Super duper. Well, that's grand. Let's go to the harbor. Get that to trigger. What do you know? Let's go talk to him. Good lord. Oh man, what a relief. So let that be a lesson to you guys. Don't play as Ernst. No, I don't know. Ernst is okay. I don't remember it being this difficult before. Let's see what he wants us to do, though. I'm rambling about other things. Oh, you bastard. I think I have like 4 discoveries, although this should be pretty quick. The totem pole. Let's see if that's enough. Oh my god, if he... Please, you're... Oh man, I think I've only got 1 left. God. Yes, I am a duke. I am something that your butt makes. Now we get a little special cinematic. Sort of cinematic, I guess. As cinematic as the SNES gets. We have a long party apparently at the palace because it's now 10 p.m. And Hans says, "You have earned the rank of duke." Maybe, but I'm still just a simple geographer who loves adventure. Of course, but Paula will be the wife of a duke. She'll be a duquette. No, it's not. Stop kidding, Hans. Paula might hear you. So what? I know you both like each other. Instead of me. You've always spurned me, Ernst. Never mind. Commodore, the ships are ready. We can sail now. All right, we'll set sail in the morning. Okay, whatever. Well, well. What is that supposed to mean? Well, well. Well, well. Look who thinks he's a sailor now that he's a duke. I don't know. So, the advantage of being a duke, I think I've mentioned this before, is that you have a fancy title, and you also keep pressing the start button inadvertently. But let's take a look at our inventory. Oh, it's not there. Let's actually go to the lodge then. I don't remember exactly how it works, I guess. I thought you automatically got a free tax-free permit, but let's see once we get out of the lodge if we have to go to the palace to get it. Because I thought it was a non-expiring one or something. Maybe I'm confused. It doesn't really matter because we're at the end of the game anyways, but that was the whole reason I wanted to get to be a duke, so we are officially a duke of somewhere in the Netherlands. Duke of Earl. No. Can we get a tax-free permit? It's valid for half a year, just like normal. Here's the permit. There you go. He just gives it to you. There you go. So we will not have to pay tax, although we're not going to be trading anymore anyway, so... But that's handy to have if you ever want to play as a trading character, such as Ali. It's advisable to try to become a duke. Alright. So, now what? What do we do? Well, the first thing we have to do to actually start ending the game is leave Amsterdam. What the hell is my dog doing? It's like abusing a rope. Oh man, my dog is something special. He's looking up at me like, what? Just biting the shit out of this rope. What's your problem? Alright, anyways. We're gonna sail on to a non-European port. And hopefully that'll trigger the event. I do believe that it will. But man, I don't remember this being so difficult before. I don't remember having to explore literally every single ocean tile in order to get the end game to start. And the game is tarting out for some reason. Okay, there we go. Sometimes it will do that. I've had it happen where the game kind of starts chugging, basically, because what has happened in the past is it'll somehow bug out and put a fleet in a landlocked area. Like, there's an area by Greece where it will do that sometimes. And that causes it to just freak out miserably. So, I don't know. It's like trying to figure out how to extract the fleet from its predicament, I guess. But yeah, I really don't remember this being so difficult before. Just having to go explore everything. I could have sworn that all you needed to do was explore and find every port and pretty much every major landmass, and that it wasn't necessary to get all of them. But whatever. All the squares. Okay. What are you gonna say? Yeah, I know. This is the same. This is the same spiel as we've heard before. Okay, so maybe we should go to the cafe. Because that's usually a good place to get story events to trigger. Oh, I am an idiot. How about we go to the item shop? That does nothing. He dum da dum 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 da dum dum dum. Well, I don't know why I did that. Maybe we have to go a little further afield. So maybe I'll sail for a while. Actually, I know where I should sail. I'll just go to where I think. Well, I know where the. Hey, wait a minute. That just was all we needed to do.
Captain, as I'm getting on in me years, there's one wish I have, one dream I've kept in me heart for a long time, that I hope will come true. 3 men at once.
You salty sea dog. Oh, God.
What is it, Hans? If you don't mind, I'd like to hear it.
This sounds like a cheesy fanfic erotic scene coming up. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Well then, Captain Paula. Captain Paula? No. Have you two heard about the golden country of Zipangu?
I read about Marco Polo and his voyage to the Far East. Is that the same Zipangu?
Aye, the same. I read Marco Polo's book when I was just a lad, and ever since I've wanted to go there and see it for myself.
The golden country of Zipangu? If it really exists, I'd like to go and add it to my map.
We already have, actually. It's just that, well, I'll explain when we get there.
Why don't we go and have a look?
Yeah, let's do exactly that. So we're gonna sail to Zipangu, the famed land, one of the famed lands that Marco Polo wrote about. And for those of you who don't know where that is, it's Japan. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that that's where it is. I'm sailing to the west here so I can avoid some of the storms on the African coast. If you actually literally just go right here and sail down, you should avoid all the storms. Anyways, Zipangu, right? That's what we were talking about? Well, it doesn't matter. So we're going to go to Zipangu, and as you've probably noticed, we sailed past Japan a few times. I think like 3 or maybe 4 times, counting the times I had to do it while I was off-screening the complete exploration of the globe. And, you would have thought that there would be something more remarkable there other than a special sprite for Mount Fuji, which is basically, if you're playing as Ernst, that's all you can really see that's notable about Japan. But as we also saw, if you looked at the map real quick, when I just had it up, that's going to explain more. There's only one port there if you're playing as Ernst, and it's a supply port, and it's basically completely boring. However, if you're playing basically any other character, with I think at least one exception, there are ports there. So the way that the game basically puts a roadblock in the storyline so that it doesn't progress too quickly is that it omits the port. It just removes the ports from Japan, from Ernst's storyline altogether. Until you achieve that point in the storyline where you guys are like, oh, let's go find Paula's homeland, or let's go find Zipangu because Hans is a weirdo, and he, we've basically done everything else. We just need to go do this, which we technically have already done, but let's do it really correctly now. I don't know. I don't really understand. I mean, the fact is it's a dumb gameplay storyline mechanic. There's really no. We're gonna have one more visit to Sodomy Heaven. Why not? There's really no explanation for it. It's just as if by magic we can suddenly visit Japan. So I'm going to sail us across the Indian Ocean and get us to Japan and pick things up there because I don't know. It's just more ocean. We've seen a lot of ocean. I've seen a lot of ocean myself. So once we get to Japan, I will pick things up. Okay, we actually are in Sunda, which is in, well, it's Jakarta, I believe. And Hans is saying,
by any chance, is this land Zipangu?
No, it's most certainly not. Zipangu, I've never heard of such a place.
Wow, what a dick. Didn't have to be a bastard about it. So, actually, I'm going to keep recording. I said I was going to pick it up while we were in Japan, but actually, apparently, we have to find out where Zipangu is before we can go there, even though I know exactly where it is, but whatever. I mean, that's the problem with this kind of game, is that we are modern players. We know where everything is. We know everything about the world beyond what these guys should theoretically know, so they have to create artificial systems through which they can create the illusion of the world being unexplored and dangerous and what have you. So, you know, that's their ham-handed way of doing that. I'm gonna go, and there's some other bullshit that's gonna happen here in a minute, now that I'm in this area. We're gonna go to, I think this is Macau. I'm gonna wait until it's daylight. Actually, I didn't need to do that, but whatever. And we're just gonna stop by the harbor here. And Hans is gonna play the good cop, bad cop routine.
By any chance, is this land Zipangu?
No, Zipangu is farther to the northeast. Well, surprise, it's in Japan. What? Zipangu is right around here? Captain, let's go! So, that event right there will allow us to visit Japanese ports. There are 2 of them, and they're actually pretty interesting places, and it's a shame that you can't explore them as Ernst until literally almost the exact end of the game. Because they have some interesting trade goods, and they also have some really interesting ships, which we're not going to be able to look at because we're almost at the end of the game. And here's one port. It's Nagasaki, and you know that we have sailed by here several times, and there's a storm, and there's a lot of things happening, so I'm just going to dock here. Now, Nagasaki is already allied with Portugal. The AI can still visit these ports, even though they are invisible to you. So here we are in Nagasaki. Let's talk to this fine... Is that a lady? That's a lady.
We've had more visitors from the west ever since Marco Polo wrote about our land of Zipangu in his book.
I think that Zipangu is actually a Mongol/Chinese term for the islands, and obviously it's not. That's how we actually get the word Japan, but that's not of Japanese origin, so... Fun fact. So as you can see, Japan has its own architectural style versus the other ports in the game. They have some sweet-ass weapons. So let's actually take a look. Got a Japanese sword. Oh yeah. A very sharp sword made in Japan. It's especially effective for lashing attacks. It costs... That's actually not that expensive, but... There's another sword here called the Magic Muramasa, which is basically a star-level weapon. It's a curved sword. And I'm not going to show it to you guys because we're getting close to the end of the game, and I just kind of want to finish things up here. There's one other thing, though, I am going to show you about Japan. You can get a couple of pretty decent ships here. The Kansen is not one of them. It's fast, don't get me wrong. This is only a mid-sized ship. I don't think you can make it home in this one. Probably not. Then there's the Atakabune. It's made for Japanese warlords. You may want to own one too. And you can see that it has a pretty decent cargo and crew rating, and it's really fast. It's basically like a La Real. But then there's another one called the Takausen, which is, or I don't know how to pronounce it, Takusen or something, which you have to invest here to get. And that would take too long based on their economy rating. But it is... depending on how you like to play the game, it's probably the best ship in the game. It's like a La Real, but bigger. It's basically just as fast, but it has more cargo capacity. So this is Nagasaki. We're actually going to go to the tavern here. Chat up Onatsu here. Tip her 10 gold pieces of our gaijin money. Tell her some stories about the plant worm. Wow, that's so exciting. What an interesting plant. She wants us so bad. Paula is totes jealous right now. And of course, I think the drink here is green tea. Yeah, okay. There you go. Should be sake, but you know how Nintendo is about booze. Okay, so that's Nagasaki. We're gonna set sail and find the other Japanese port. Oh yeah, we need to do some storyline shit. By any chance, is this land Zipangu? Why, yes. To Westerners, our land of the rising sun is known as Zipangu.
I can't believe me ears, Captain. This is Ipengu. We made it.
I keep changing voices, and yeah, I don't care.
Is this really the Golden Country? Sure doesn't look like a golden country. Let's take a look around the port city.
Oh, well, fuck, we just did that. Let's go to the cafe again, I guess. I like how it's a giant mug on the sign there.
You know, Hans, something has just occurred to me.
What is it, Captain?
Don't you think that the people here look a lot like Paul?
This is funny to me, I'm sorry.
Aye, now that you mention it, I do see a likeness.
This is so offensive.
So you think this could be my homeland?
I don't know, Paula. Everything been asking you until now, but I want you to tell me everything you remember about yourself.
Now, that would be like the first fucking thing you would ask if it was somebody who didn't know where she was from. I think we might be able to get I think we might be able to get something, a clue to help find your homeland. Good lord.
I really don't remember anything at all. Not my parents, my home, nothing. It's all long forgotten.
Don't rush it, just slowly try to remember anything you can.
Like the landscape around your home.
Ye home? You must remember something. For instance, it was surrounded by mountains, or was there a large river?
I don't remember any mountains or rivers, absolutely. Wait a minute! Yes, I remember. There was an ocean. An ocean, but strange. It wasn't blue.
Huh? Wasn't blue? What does that mean?
It was muddy. Yellowish.
A yellow sea! Oh my god, this is retarded. There's no such thing as a yellow sea, even though we have actually sailed through the yellow sea before, but that's fine. I think that we've kind of figured out the big mystery. Let's go see if anyone knows anything about a yellow sea. Let's go to the frickin' harbor. But the thing that gets me about that is, well, I don't know. I should wait until we actually get to the end before I explain. What if you might answer a question? Do you know anything about a yellow sea? Oh, never heard of it. Wow, you're helpful. I think we have to go building hopping in order to figure out where the yellow sea is, even though we know exactly where it is, but whatever. You bastard. If it's a yellow river you're looking for, though, that would be the Huanghe. Huanghe? Yeah, it's a really wide river. The mouth of the river is at 37 north by 120 east. We haven't bought any navigational equipment, so, you know, we would be normally pretty lost if we didn't have that information at hand, but I know exactly where we're supposed to go. So we've got info about a yellow river. Oh my god. Putting two and two together, even though we've both sailed up the Yellow River and have seen the Yellow Sea. Oh man. This is retarded. The Yellow Sea, I remember, was always flowing in the same direction, and there was never a changing of the tides. And I don't think I ever smelled the salty brine of the sea. I'm talking like frickin' frat boy, even though it's her. So it's probably a river, not the sea. It was just so wide that it looked like a sea. God, this is excruciating. How many times do they have to say it's on the Yellow River? Frickin' criminy. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm just gonna pop by the other port, Sakai, which always reminds me of Iron Chef. Just cruise around here. I think the storm is gonna start again. Maybe. Yeah. Let's just anchor here for a little bit. Oh, there it is, actually. So we're going to have to wait through the storm before we can go there, but that is the only other Japanese port. Not too sure of how realistic that is. I am not much of an expert on medieval Japan, although I do know that it was basically not fully closed off to outsiders, but difficult to access. So this is it. This is Sakai. You can buy, I think this is actually where you can buy the magic Muramasa. That's one of the things that makes Japan fascinating. This building is mysterious and I won't talk about it. Because I think it's used in another storyline, but anyway. Okay. So we're gonna go from Sakai. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai to the Yellow River. And actually, now I should probably say that's why I find that whole thing about Paula looking like them to be kind of offensive. It's like, normally Westerners are given shit for thinking that all Asians look the same. But the game out and out just says, yeah, we all do look the same. It's fine. But, yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. And speaking of ridiculous, I am sick of these storms. Alright. Incidentally, Sakai, not my favorite Iron Chef. I do enjoy the Delacroix of French cuisine, but I have to say, Chenkanichi is where it's at. Alright, so this is the Yellow Sea, and this is the Yellow River. We're going to sail down the Yellow River. And, oh my goodness, there's another hidden port. Yep, we've sailed past here as indicated by the village, but we were not able to stop here in Chang'an. Which again is a clumsy, shitty plot device. It just has magically appeared. Alright, so let's go to the cafe, maybe? Chang'an isn't actually a very interesting port either. It's basically the same as a Chinese port, which brings up another point. We have been to Chinese ports. We have been to Ziton and Macau. So you would think that Paula would be like, oh, I actually look like these Chinese people because I'm Chinese. I guess I just spoiled the ending there, but Paula's Chinese. And we've been to Chinese ports. Somehow that wasn't revealed to us. I don't know. Thanks, Koei.
God. Ruining my immersion.
Okay, so we're in the cafe, and there's this hot number here, Mei Yi. Tell her some stories about the Pororoca, which was pilfered from us by the Governor General. She has some crazy-ass eyes. I don't like the look of her. We're gonna just go ahead and leave. And I think, actually, we might just go into this building here. Knock, knock. Housekeeping. This building. Do you remember anything about this building?
Maybe, just maybe, this is her home.
Just really ruin moments, Hans. You're just such a pain.
I only remember vaguely, but I'm fairly certain.
Uh-oh. She's moved on to the other screen. We must follow her. Hop, hop, hippity hop. Oh my goodness, it's a 16-bit reunion where the only way they can display emotion is by hopping. Oh, you're Paula's friends. I don't know. It's time to meet the in-laws, Ernst. Aw. Congratulations, Paula. You finally found your homeland. Thank you, Ernst. You even found your parents. Your dream has come true.
Why, yes.
Well, I guess this means goodbye.
I guess so.
Unless, well, I wonder if you'd like to travel with me again.
Are you sure?
Of course.
Really?
God. Oh, man. Ernst von Bohr resumed his voyage with Paula. His quest to accurately map the entire world will continue because it's not already done? Jesus Christ. Alright, well, that's the stupid ending to this otherwise pretty good game. I didn't really do it justice. I apologize, everybody, but oh, man. We're gonna go through the ending here together as a family. I set sail to map the world at the request of Mercator. But I soon found another quest when I met a young girl at a port named Paula. I was moved by her plea for help and decided to help her find her homeland. It's gonna just basically replay the exact same. Yeah.
Hey, can you please take me on your ship?
Oh, I can't advance it by pushing any buttons, so this is on rails. Yay! I'll swear to the ocean. Fuck you, ocean. That I never forgot the original purpose of my journey. But it was so hard to see her face, so hopeful before we reached a new port, so disappointed afterwards. It seemed that her homeland had vanished off the face of the earth. It kinda did, you dicks. You kind of programmed it that way. Where in the world could she be from? I think that's supposed to be from where in the world could she be. You can't end a sentence with a preposition. We haven't had much luck finding Paula's homeland, etc., etc. We've already seen this dozens of times. We kind of know the lines by heart. My God. Yeah, yeah, just build the tension. The sexual tension. Awkward. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna enjoy a beverage while this plays. Zipangu that Hans had dreamed of turned out to be no golden country. But I wasn't disappointed because we finally got a clue to Paula's homeland. I like the sandals. I think that's a nice touch. Yes, I remember. There was an ocean. It's like, do you guys really need to refresh our memory about this? This literally happened like 5 minutes ago. Jeez. Good God. It was as if her homeland was long waiting for her return because it had a wonderful gift for her family. I'm so happy to have helped her see her lifelong wish come true. It's really emotional, guys. I'm sorry. And this happened like 2 minutes ago. God. Oh, boy. Yep. And they're all gonna jump for joy once again. Oh, look at them all hopping around. Thanks, Ernst. Might as well jump. It may be natural for a man and woman who went through times of happiness and hardships together to fall in love. Would you like me to go, or would you like to go on a voyage with me again, I asked. Her smile was all the answer I needed. And then she says no. No, you idiot! And there's Ernst with his frickin' Kermit the Frog doublet. What the fuck? 7 seas were full of dangers, pirates, storms, and sea monsters. Not every mate had the mettle to overcome the obstacles. But with you, with your courage, wit, and strength of heart, have even bested the worst of foes. The tale of your voyage will be told for years to come. He's actually sitting in an Applebee's. That's a menu in front of him. He's gonna write his order down with that quill, and that globe is just empty. It's his office, actually. His office is in an Applebee's. I don't know where I'm going with any of that. So those are the other 5 characters along with Ernst. I don't know why they feel obliged to show that, but oh look, it's an animated quill. Well, there you go, folks. That is the end of Uncharted Waters New Horizons, which I have suitably spoiled by bitching and moaning and talking over the dialogue and basically demeaning the shit out of it. It's a good game. I love it still. I got a little bit, I guess I kind of took some of the shittiness in stride playing it alone, but having to talk about it and say this is how it is and I don't really have an explanation for why it's shitty like this, that is kind of hard. But now we're going back to the title screen. So that is it. Uncharted Waters New Horizons as Ernst is complete. Maybe at some point I'll play as one of the other captains. Their stories are honestly, some of them are kind of crummy, but they're overall pretty good and a little bit more well, they don't have crappy things like you just magically can't visit these ports because otherwise you'll beat the game. They have other stuff in them to make them difficult and interesting, so I'll think about that at a later time, though, but for now I am going to put this game aside for a good long while and move on to other things. So I hope you enjoyed it, despite my protestations, and I'll be starting something up again pretty soon. This has been Effing Controller, playing Uncharted Waters as Ernst, and I encourage you all to check this game out, and check my other Let's Plays out. Shameless plug. Okay, that's enough for now. Talk to you guys later.